We can use SyAM Management Utilities to deploy Adobe Reader on our client machines. What we'd like to do is to configure Reader so that it doesn't automatically update when there's a new version, and it doesn't prompt our end users to upgrade. We want to install Reader with automatic updating turned off, and that way IT has control over Reader upgrades. We'll do that by using Adobe Customization Wizard, which lets you set a variety of installation options. We'll run the Customization Wizard on this machine. We've downloaded installation executables from Adobe for Reader and for the Customization Wizard, which need to be the same major version. These are both version 11. The Reader installation is the one that supports enterprise deployment, and to get it you need to contact Adobe and obtain a valid distribution agreement. The first step is to install Adobe Customization Wizard. The default options are fine. Now we need to extract files from the Adobe Reader installation. In a command prompt window, in the directory where we have the installation executable, we'll run a command that will start the Adobe Reader installation. You can look at our tooltip document on installing Reader. It's probably easier to get the command syntax from there. The first parameter, -nos_o, is where we specify the directory where the files will be extracted. You'll want to use a subdirectory that does not already exist and use the full path name. The second parameter, -nos_ne, tells the installation to terminate without taking any further action. So all it's doing is extracting the files. Once the file extraction is done, we can look in the folder and see the files. In particular, acroread.msi and setup.ini are both used by the Customization Wizard. There's also an update MSP file, and we'll discuss that shortly. From the Start menu, we'll run Adobe Customization Wizard. Go to the File menu and select Open Package. And in the directory where we extracted the files, select acroread.msi, then click Open. The menu in the left pane of the wizard lets you navigate through the available options. If you want to know more about the options, Adobe has documentation available to give you the details. Here are some options we'll choose. In Personalization Options, we'll check the box to suppress display of the end user license agreement. In Installation Options, we'll run the installation silently with no interface, and we'll suppress the reboot if one is required at the end of the installation. Because we shut down or reboot our systems on a regular schedule using the power management features of SyAM Management Utilities. In Shortcuts, we'll choose not to install a desktop shortcut. We can right-click the item and select Remove. In Online Services and Features, we'll disable product updates, and we'll disable the loading of trusted root certificates, so the user won't be prompted for that. When we're finished making our selections, we'll go up to the Transform menu and select Generate Transform. We'll save the transform as custom.mst in the same directory as acroread.msi. We'll exit the Customization Wizard, and when we're prompted, do not save changes to acroread.msi. We want to leave the MSI as it is because we'll be using our transform file that has all of our customizations. We'll create a small Windows batch file that will run the installation. Again, you can look at our tooltip document and copy from there, making your own modifications. The batch script uses MSI exec to do the installation, using Adobe's MSI file and the MST file we just created. We also refer to a patch file. The installations for some versions of Adobe Reader are produced by adding a patch file with the extension MSP to an older version. We found a patch file in the directory along with the MSI, so we include it in our syntax for MSI exec. You would omit the patch parameter if no patch file were present in the directory. We'll call the batch file reader11-custom.bat and we'll save it in our temp directory. Now we'll copy the batch file and the entire reader11 subdirectory with the extracted installation files to our network share. This is the location that we've defined as the default application path on the administration settings page of the management utility. We need to create a third-party installation template. Enter a name, choose Windows as the target platform, and choose the Windows Authentication template. Click Find Files, choose the batch file from the drop-down menu, and click Add. Save the template, then click OK to confirm. Now we'll test deployment on a single machine. We right-click the machine in Groups and choose Deploy Third-Party Software. Select the Windows Authentication template and our Reader template and click OK. Click Run Job and then OK to confirm. After a few minutes, we can check the status and see that the deployment was successful. If we look at the system where we installed, we may not see our new version of Reader until after the next reboot.